All set for the face-off at center ice to start this sixth game of the semifinals, and Keon out there with McKinney and Armstrong. Richard with Ballone and Provo, and it's cleared into the Montreal zone. Montreal in white, the least their dark blue uniform. J.C. Tremblay, a pass up to Richard. Down the ice with Ballone and Provo. Over the line, and the shot was wide. Armstrong slid into the net. It's Ballone after it. Dave Ballone, a pass, goes by Bond. Bauer out of the net, knocking it into the corner. Rod Provo's shot was wide. George Armstrong. Long pass at center ice. Provo shot it right back into the Leaf zone, and Bauer comes out to stop it. Bob Bond is given a bump. He lost it to Dave Ballone. He digs it out to Provo. The shot is wide. Don McKinney lost it. Rod Provo with it again. A shot across the goal mouth. Bob Bond fails to get it out. Gets a hold of it again. To Armstrong. Over the line. Armstrong tried to steal the puck. Armstrong after it. Behind the net. Pass it back to Brewer. Brewer shot it. And deflected it wide. Back for Ballone. Down the ice with Richard. Over the line. There's the shot wide. Kelly. A flip pass for Keon. Stopped by Provo. Right in front of the net. Bond shot it off to the wing. Brewer knocks it to the boards, but not out. J.C. Tremblay keeps it in. Bob Bond, a clearing pass to Armstrong, and he just shot it down the ice. Goes over the red line. J.C. Tremblay touches it. Icing is the call. Montreal Canadiens have Claude LaRose with Bobby Russo. Here's the shot. Bauer stopped that. Another one. He's got it in his pads and holds it for a faceoff. LaRose with Hickey and Russo. Talbot and Harper. Bathgate with Kelly and Mahavlich. Hanley and Horton. Here's Hickey taking over the play by Kelly. Talbot keeps it in. Mahavlich back. Pass over to Horton. Back to Mahavlich. Up the center. Over the Montreal line. Goes after it. Harper gets in ahead of him. Clears it along the board. Stanley's shot deflects over to Bathgate and knocked over his stick. Clearing pass right out of Kelly's stick. For Bathgate. Goes to the corner. Knocked it behind the net. Hickey lost it to Mahavlich. Back to Horton. There's a shot wide. Kelly after it, and it rebounds to LaRose. A pass goes all the way to Horton. Horton flicks it to Mahavlich, and here's Mahavlich turning. Number 27, a long pass for Bathgate, failed to click as Talbot broke it up. Horton off the board. Picked off by Hickey. Hickey, number 8, lost it to Bathgate, who shot it in. And Talbot's back for it, number 17. Shot it around to Russo. Mahavlich stepped into him. Talbot grabbed by Bathgate. The puck goes loose to Pappen. Pappen lost it. Goes after it again, number 18. Jim Pappen back to Horton. There's the shot. Pulford missed it. Hanley moves up to Pulford. Trying to center it. Pappen keeps it in to Pulford. Pulford still has it in the Montreal zone. Trying to pass it in front. He's right in front of the net to Bathgate. Back to Stanley. Over to Horton off his stick. Horton took a shot, knocked down by Hickey, and Hickey brings it out for Montreal. Pass Pulford to center. Clears it into the corner. Hickey crashed, it's right in front. Bauer stopped that. Whoa, by the corner. Backstrom just failed to find the corner. Stanley, a pass up to Pulford. Pulford shoots it in. Ferguson with it, number 22 for Montreal, right in front of his own net, and Harper picks it off. Harper checked by Pulford. Harper has it again. A pass for LaRose goes down the ice. Carl Brewer with it. Brewer coming up the center. He takes a long shot. Pulford took a whack. Here's McKinney trying to center it. Geoffrion knocks it to the corner. The Perrier, watched by McKinney, clears it behind the net. Over to this wing. Harper holds it against the boards, and there's no further play, and the action is hot.
We're taking out of Detroit for a report from the Olympia.
And who with? Face-off is in the Montreal zone to the right. Eamon with McKenney and Keon. Comes back to Brewer. Brewer's shot knocked down by Tifrian. A race for it down the ice. Brewer, Bond gets back as Brewer was standing in front. Here's Ferguson. A pass right on a Brewer's stick. Up for Eamon to Keon. Down the ice for McKenney, and he didn't see it. Tifrian turns back. Coming over the line. There's the shot. Bauer knocked it off to the side with his skate. Keon down the right wing to center. Over the line with McKenney, and it's offside. It's back in the Montreal zone. Kelly centered it, and it was Harper that knocked it back. Not Provo. A pass goes by Stanley down the ice, and Horton is going back for it. It's over the red line icing.
Joe suggests a different field.
Ready for the face-off in the Montreal zone to the right. Mahamlich with Bathgate. Kelly. Stanley and Horton. Mahamlich is waved out of the circle. Kelly gets the draw. Then Richard picks it off. Kelly has him checked. Kelly shot it off the boards for Bathgate, and he cleared it right on a balloon stick. Malone down the left wing. A pass for Provo. It goes into the lead zone, and Mahamlich is back. Over skates it. Richard watching him, and he holds it there. Face-off is in the Maple Leaf zone to the left. Provo getting into position. Now Mahavlich cleared it out, and Richard, number 16, turns. He missed a body check, pokes it in. Malone goes after it for Montreal. Martin missed him with a body check, and Mahavlich clears it to Bathgate. Bathgate coming up with Kelly. He took the pass over the line. It's a pass from Mahavlich. It hopped over his stick. He took a whack at it, and it was stopped by Hodge. Richard clearing it off the boards, but not out. Horton let one go. It's Bathgate clearing it right in front. Bathgate after it again, and Richard is there. Montreal, number 16. Richard, watched by Bathgate, gets away from him, trying to work his way out. Horton checked him. He flicks it through, and Hodge plays it to Harper. Pass up to Richard. He's checked by Stanley. Stanley's got a shot, and there's going to be a penalty here to Stanley.
Late penalty, number 26, Stanley. 2 minutes for tripping. Time 6:19.
6:19, a tripping penalty now on Stanley. Montreal have the odd man. Russo going in, took his shot wide. Has it again. Then he's jammed into the boards by Bond. Fulford cleared it out for Stewart. He races after it. LaPerriere beat him to it. Stewart comes up with it. Stewart stick handling at center. Stops, takes his shot wide. Perrier wrapped it off the referee. Fulford ran into Hickey. And it's Russo with it, number 15. A pass to LaRose. He falls. LaPerriere, a pass up to Hickey, and he's knocked down by Bond. Over the line, LaRose took his shot wide. There's Geoffrion shot, hit Stewart. Bond hit Geoffrion, and Fulford shoots it down the ice. Perrier, pass to LaRose. Penalty here, LaPerriere.
Canadians penalty, number 2, LaPerriere. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time 7:19.
Teams are even now at 5 aside. Keon with Armstrong, Brewer, and Baum. Armstrong keeps the puck in and then flicks it into the corner. Talbot, checked by Keon, gets it again, clears it to this wing in the corner. Harper, watched by Armstrong. Armstrong gets it out over the blue line, and Brewer has it. He just flicks it back in again. Keon goes after it. Talbot knocked him down. Coming out on the right wing now, number 26, Jim Roberts, to Ralph Backstrom, number 6, to Harper, number 19. He shot it over the line, but it's way offside. On the face-off, Keon to Brewer, number 2, to Bob Bond, who moves up. Gets it over the line. Keon races after it, and Hodge knocked it off to the side. Harper. Keon trying to check him. The Canadians trying to bring it out. A pass for Backstrom. Stopped by Armstrong. Then Backstrom gets it again, but it was a high stick. One second remaining in the penalty to Alan Stanley. 1 minute and 1 second in the penalty to Jacques Leperrier of Montreal. It's Keon. At least McKinney out there now with Horton, Bathgate, Mahavlich, and Kelly. Here's a pass that goes all the way out to center ice. Kelly back for number 4. Mahavlich in possession. Roberts was bumped by Bathgate. Kelly. Pass to McKinney, he's closing in. Took his shot and just missed the corner. Bathgate a shot, right on. I stopped that. Kelly took a whack at it. Goes to the far wing, it's cleared to the blue line, knocked down by Horton, who wraps it right back around behind the net. McKinney, right in front to Horton. A backhand. Oh, and a hit escape went wide. And it's shot down the ice by Montreal. Horton coming up now at his own blue line. He lost it to Provo. Provo races down the ice. Bathgate trying to get to him. There's a shot, and Bauer stops that and holds on it. Teams are back at full strength, and a face-off is in the Maple Leaf zone to the right. Backstrom with Jeffrion and Ferguson. Pulford with Stewart and Papin. Papin flicked it into the corner of the far wing. Ferguson keeps it in to Backstrom. Backstrom behind the net, centered it right in front. Brewer flicks it off to the wing, but not out. LaPerriere's shot. Brewer knocked down. Jeffrion took a whack at it. Brewer failing to get it out. Bauer shot it off to the wing. LaPerriere's dry. That's wide. Papin a pass for Pulford, and Jeffrion comes up with it, number 5. He stops. A pass for Backstrom to J.C. Tremblay. Back to Backstrom. He flicks it in. Bauer is stopping that. Bob Bond. Pass for Stewart. He let it go out off the boards and down the ice. J.C. Tremblay. A pass broken up by Pulford and Stewart, and J.C. Tremblay flicks it out. Jeffrion hit by Papin. Both went down. Ferguson over the line. His shot is high and wide. Pulford. Checked by Jeffrion. He's hit. Goes to the board. Brewer hit by Ferguson. Backstrom checked. Papin shot it off the boards, and J.C. Tremblay turns at his own blue line. Off the boards to Backstrom. Down the ice he comes. Tried to go through. Here's Ferguson. A shot. He hit the goal post. Ferguson hit the goal post. Face-off is in the Maple Leaf zone to the left of Johnny Bauer. Dave Keon clearing it around to the boards for Armstrong. Back to Horton. Up for Keon. He took it off the skate. Goes through the defense to the left wing. Tried to center it. It went near Hodge. And it's cleared by Talbot to Russo. Russo getting around Armstrong. Cleared it by McKinney to LaRose. Goes back to Stanley. Off the boards. Harper moves up. He shot it into the Leaf zone. Horton back. It's away from Russo. A pass for Keon at center. Keon and Armstrong over the line together. A pass for Armstrong. And he's bumped before he can get a shot by Russo. Then McKinney overskates the puck, and LaRose gets a chance for Montreal. A long shot. Bauer clearing it to Stanley. Turning around, LaRose intercepts, shot it across the goal mouth, and Armstrong passed it out without looking, and it went all the way down to center. Back up the ice for Talbot. Over the Leaf line. Talbot a pass for Russo. Russo took a whack at it, and Mahavlich has it. To Bathgate, to McKinney. Back up for Bathgate. And Talbot, number 17, takes a hold of it and goes behind the Canadian goal. Stop. Here's Bathgate turning in the Canadian zone. Trying to pass it in front, and Russo breaks it up to Hickey. Down the center. Over the blue line. Brewer knocked him off stride. Bumped into him again. He's taken out of the play. Russo centers it out in front, and Kelly's got it. Ahead to Bathgate. Down the ice on the right wing. Over the blue line. Closing in front. A pass for Kelly, and it was behind him. Malone to Richard. Over the blue line. Tried to go through. He's knocked down by Brewer. There's going to be a penalty here. Canadians still have it. They've got 6 attackers. Stopped by Bathgate, who shot it down the ice. At the Leafs have a penalty. Brewer for hooking.
Leagues penalty, number 2, Brewer. 2 minutes for hooking. Time 13:11.
Leafs have a man in the penalty box at the 13:11 mark of the first period. And it's Richard with Provo and Ballone, Geoffrion and LaPerriere. Playing 6 men to 5. Pulford races after it. Picks it up. Stick handles back into his own zone. Over to Horton. Horton back to Stanley. Stanley, a long pass for Stewart. Off the boards. And Richard gets a hold of it. Richard. Knocked down by Stewart. Ron Stewart picks it off with Stanley. One man back. Stanley shoots. And Hodge got a hold of that as Stewart was knocked down. Up the ice for Provo, number 14. He got through. Ballone after it, right in front, and Bauer slid out to make the save. Dave Ballone in alone, and Bauer slid out to make the save. Richard with Provo and Ballone, Geoffrion and LaPerriere. Minute and 20 seconds left in Brewer's penalty. On the face-off, it's Keon. Clearing it around on the boards for Armstrong. Armstrong bringing it up the center. Lost it to LaPerriere. Perriere goes back, number 2. Partially checked by Armstrong, and Provo goes back and covers up, number 14. Provo over to Ballone. Ballone, a long pass for Richard. Stanley shoots it down the ice. LaPerriere back, number 2. Over here to Geoffrion. Geoffrion races down the right wing. Over the blue line. A pass for Ballone was behind him. Ballone still has it. 3 Canadian players. Horton gets in front of Ballone, and he lifts a high one down the ice. LaPerriere, number 2. A pass for Richard. Gets away from Stewart this time. Over the blue line. Trying to cut in. Horton takes him off to the boards. Jams him there. Stanley shot it for Stewart. Stewart with Pulford, who took the pass and then lost it off his stick. A.C. Tremblay, number 3. A pass for LaRose. Offside. Brewer getting set to return to the ice. It comes out to Bond, and Brewer is back on. So the teams are at full strength. Harper knocked down Brewer's shot. LaRose's pass ends up on Mahavlich's stick. He hit Kelly. Carrying pass to Bobby Russo, number 15. He shoots it in. That bounces wide. Andy Bathgate. A pass to Mahavlich. Up at center, over the blue line. Back for Bathgate, and he didn't see it. It wasn't anywhere near him. Back up the ice for Russo. Over the line, the shot, and that's wide. Kelly hit Mahavlich, and Harper gets a hold of it. Right on the Bathgate stick. Up to Mahavlich. Over the line. There's the shot, and that's wide. Mahavlich trying to keep it in, and Harper gets a hold of it. Out for Russo, offside. On the face-off, Harper, number 19. A pass. Bob Bond gets a hold of it. He shot it off a skate. Mahavlich left it for Kelly. Kelly trying to center it. It comes back here to Brewer. Brewer back for Kelly. Shot it out in front. It goes to the far wing, and it's cleared out by the Canadians. Russo picks up a new stick, and it's flicked by Brewer into the crowd. All set for the face-off to Don McKinney. Over to Tim Horton. Horton up to center, shoots it into the Canadian zone. Hodge stopping it. There's McKinney, and he just couldn't center it. Keon gets a hold of it, shot it out in front, and it's LaRose down the right wing, number 23 to center. Over the line, bumps into Stanley, still has it, finally checked. Stanley, a pass to Keon for McKinney, over the line. McKinney stops, centered it, and it was behind Armstrong. Canadians, a long pass, stopped by Stanley to Dave Keon, over the line. Keon against the boards, no further play. All set for the face-off outside the blue line. Pulford facing off with Backstrom. He shot it in. Hodge waits for it and tips it to LaPerriere. He handed it right to Stewart. His shot was wide. Geoffrion, number 5, digs it out to Ferguson. Ferguson ahead to Backstrom. Backstrom over the line. Brewer covered him. Tappan passing it to Ron Stewart. Ahead for Pulford, broken up by Geoffrion. Then Brewer moves after it. Gets it out over the line. Stewart down the ice, over the line. Took his shot. Hodge stopped that. Stewart right in front of the net. Tappan took a whack at it. Stewart fell. And Backstrom goes down the left wing to center. Ran into Vaughn. Brewer back. There's it for Pulford, number 20. He digs it out over the blue line, knocked in by J.C. Tremblay offside. On the face-off, Kelly. A pass to Bathgate, and he lost it. Dave Ballone cleared it right onto Kelly's stick. Then Horton gets it out, and Provo picks it up, number 14, over the line, and Bathgate's there. A pass for Kelly. Kelly up with Bathgate. Over the line, Bathgate failed to reach it. Mahavlich moves up. There's the shot, right in front, and Kelly missed the rebound. Bathgate takes his shot. He hit the side of the net. J.C. Tremblay gets away from Mahavlich to Ballone. Plays it up for Richard. One man back. Richard's shot is high, and it's going into the crowd on Stanley's stick. Hello, Canada hockey fans, United States. Bill Hewitt here at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. And there's no score in this first period with less than a minute to go. Teams are at full strength. There's been 3 penalties so far, 2 to the Leafs and 1 to the Canadians. Here comes Kelly over the line with Bathgate and Mahavlich. And Ballone picks it up off LaPerriere. He comes down the ice with a pass to Richard. Stopped by Horton. Horton coming down the ice now for the Leafs. Over the line. Tried to go through, and he shot it wide. The Perrier, watched by Horton. J.C. Tremblay with 33 seconds. McKinney tried to check him. Provo comes up with it. Cleared it out to the blue line. The Ballone, a long pass for Richard. Richard checked, and McKinney picks it up. Off the boards to Bathgate, and he fanned on it. Provo, a long shot. Bauer caught that. Knocked into the corner. Armstrong after it. No score in the game so far. It's cleared in near the Leaf goal, and Stanley picks it up with 2 seconds. Stanley shoots it down the ice. And the bell goes to end the first period. No scoring. And 3 penalties, Stanley, LaPerriere, and Brewer. Score at the end of the first period, Montreal Canadiens nothing, the Toronto Maple Leafs nothing.
That Vantage Energy will be answered.
In the second and third period, French Gambatti, and away we go as Keon takes the puck into the Montreal zone, a shot right on, and it was cleared off by J.C. Tremblay. Armstrong picks it up, trying to come out in front, back to Bond. He fanned on his first try, he's got it again, there's the shot, it's wide. Armstrong trying to keep it in, Henri Richard trying to get it out, does. Brewer flicking it back in offside. The referee is Frank Berry, striped jersey number 1. The linesmen are Neil Armstrong, number 8, and George Hayes, number 9.
Bill, there's George Hayes. We just had a look at him, and he is the man who holds the record in the National Hockey League for the most games worked as an official, 138 before this year's playoffs started.
And from the face-off, it goes back into the Montreal zone, cleared off the boards. Don McKinney picks it off. McKinney trying to get it in front. It's too well covered. And it's Richard down the ice. A long shot, way wide. Bounces off the boards. Armstrong with Keon and McKinney. A pass for Keon, nowhere near him. J.C. Tremblay up to Richard. Over the line with Ballone on the left wing, and Ballone stops it and handed it right to Bob Bond. Ahead for Keon. He's over the line, trying to cut in. Right in front, and McKinney just missed it. Back for Richard. Checked by Brewer. It goes to Don McKinney. A pass for Brewer. Knocked down the ice by Montreal, and Bob Bond's going back for it. And there's been very few stoppages in play in this game so far. Armstrong, number 10. A pass for Mahavlich. Over the line. Mahavlich going in alone. He was hooked from behind. There's going to be a penalty here. Mahavlich was hooked, and Jacques Laperriere gets his second penalty of the night.
Canadiens penalty, number 2, LaPerriere. 2 minutes for hooking. Time 1:25.
We're at the 1:25 mark of the second period. There's no score in the game. And Leafs have the odd man playing 6 men to 5, and Stanley is coming out with Bathgate, Kelly, Mahavlich, and Jerry Eman, number 8. From the face-off, Kelly took his shot, it hit a leg, goes over to Jim Roberts, number 26, who comes back to center. His long shot is wide of the Leaf goal. Eman checked by Backstrom. Backstrom shot it down into the crowd as he attempted to shoot it down the ice.
Bill Eman was the American Hockey League leading scorer this year. 36 goals, 49 assists, and he's sort of a personal good luck charm for Punch Imlach. He had a stellar playoff set in 58-59 with 6 goals and 7 assists, Punch's first year here.
Okay, Fred, and we have Keon now replacing Stanley. So you have a total of 5 forwards. Eman gives it back to Keon, up to Kelly. Long shot into the Montreal zone. J.C. Tremblay to Roberts. Here's Slate in front. Eamon just didn't see it. Then Keon let it go, and it bounced by Kelly. Bathgate, a pass for Mahavlich. Back to Bathgate. There goes his shot. Hodge knocked it down with his glove as he went down low. And it goes down the ice, bouncing to Bauer 3 times. That puck bounced. Bauer getting it on the 3rd bounce. Keon for Kelly, too far. Keon is knocked down from behind by Roberts. Bathgate to Mahavlich, Eamon offside. It didn't touch Mahavlich, otherwise it would have been onside. .57 seconds left in the penalty to Jacques Laperriere. Pulford, Stewart, McKinney, Keon, and Bathgate. Dave Ballone, Jim Roberts, number 26. There's his shot, and that's just off the target. Bathgate clears it around to McKinney, lets it go, picks it up again. His pass hit Ballone. Now then, Don McKinney. Over here for Stewart. Stewart flicks it into the corner, goes after it. Harper checked by Pulford. Pulford trying to center it. Ballone bumped by Stewart. Harper goes to the board. Stewart flicks it loose. Bathgate moved up. Roberts makes sure by clearing it out. Keon to Stewart. Stewart over the line. There's his shot. That's wide. Harper shot it off the boards, but not out. It's McKinney closing in, and he shot it right in front. Bathgate moves up, but he couldn't make a play and had to go back to center. Over to Pulford. Pulford shoots it in, and out comes Laperriere, and the teams are back at full strength. No score in the game. A pass ahead to Dave Ballone. Ballone checked, Pulford with it. Pass for Kelly, and it went into the Montreal zone. Towel fell out on the ice. Now the Leafs are changing. Havlich comes out with Armstrong and Kelly. Bond took a long shot wide. Harper after it. Off the boards. It went by Armstrong to center ice. Bob Bond moves up. Took it over the line. Laperriere shot it behind the net to the far wing. Provo clears it to the blue line. Brewer trying to keep it in. It was knocked back to him and out. He skates back to center. Shot it over the line. Havlich races after it. Bumps into Laperriere. It's along the boards. Play is called for a face-off. No score at the 4:20 mark of the second period. It goes to Armstrong of the Leafs. Back to Bond. Bob Bond took his shot, and that hit Laperriere. Brewer goes back. Pass to Mahavlich. To Armstrong. Over the line. Armstrong takes his shot wide. Brewer moves up. There's his drive. He hit Kelly. And Provo gets down the right wing. A pass for Richard. Kelly broke it up to Brewer. Up to Mahavlich. Over the line. He's turned around and knocked down. There's going to be a penalty here to Provo for hooking. Montreal gets 2 penalties in a row. Laperriere and then Provo. Both hooking penalties. Leafs had 2 penalties, and Montreal won in the first period. The referee is Frank Gedberry. The linesmen are Neil Armstrong and George Hayes. 5 penalties in the game
Canadians
so far.
penalty, number 14, Provo. 2 minutes for hooking. Time 4:59.
4:59 is the official time. It's offside at the blue line. It hit Stanley and bounced back in, trapping the Leaf player. Backstrom with Jim Roberts out on the forward line to kill off the penalty. Bauer stopped the bouncing puck, and it's Stanley over to McKinney. McKinney coming down the left wing, over the line, clears it back, and Roberts gets a hold of it. Down the ice. Turns, hit by Stanley, and Bauer's out of the net to stop that one. Horton. Too far for Dave Keon. Jacques Laperriere shoots it right to Stanley, number 26. Stanley to Horton. Horton up the Bathgate to Keon. Over the line with McKinney, and McKinney just missed it. He tried to center it, and Harper breaks it up. Harper shot it around on the boards for Roberts, and he shoots it down the ice, and Keon's going back forward with Horton. Horton's the first man back. Horton down the right wing, ran into Laperriere. It's against the board. Bathgate trying to dig it out. It goes to Keon. He took his shot. It's right in front of the net, and Laperriere clears it down the ice. Horton back again. Malone goes down. Over to Eamon to Pulford, and it's called. Horton will get a penalty. Horton is in the penalty
Leach
box.
penalty.
They're all even up. Five
Number
aside.
7, Horton. 2 minutes for tripping. The time of the penalty, 6:28.
Billy, referee at Barrie, continues to be a storm center in the 1964 Stanley Cup Finals. The first game in Montreal, he was the fellow that assessed the 31 penalties. And, of course, I'm sure everyone is aware of the Chicago incident of Sunday night.
Teams are even at 5 aside, and Mahavlich is out there with Kelly. Bob Bond, number 21, and Carl Brewer, number 2. Montreal have Henri Richard. Also coming out, Dave Ballone again. J.C. Tremblay's number 3. Jacques Laperriere, number 2. Goes back into the Leaf zone. Richard trying to get it loose. Carl Brewer. At his own blue line to center. Flicked it in. Mahavlich goes after it. Laperriere covered him. J.C. Tremblay, a quick pass to Richard. With Ballone at center. A long pass. Stopped by Brewer. Carl Brewer goes over the Montreal line. Passes back to Kelly, and he passed it too far for Mahavlich. Now coming out is Provo. So the Canadians now have the odd man. Richard races down the ice. A pass over here to Ballone. To Provo, and it's offside. And this game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. We are at the 7:12 mark of the second period. There's no score in the game. Richard to Provo behind him. Bond flicks it out, knocked down by Geoffrion. A pass for Ballone. It's high. He couldn't control it. Knocks it back with his glove. Play is called because the puck was directed with a glove. .59 seconds left in Horton's penalty. Russo out there now with Bill Hickey, number 8. Lad LaRose, number 23. Jeffrion and Talbot. Goes back to Jeffrion, number 5. A flip pass to Bobby Russo, number 15. He goes over the line. He left it there. LaRose. A flick pass for Jeffrion. The shot was just off the target. Back to Talbot. There's the shot. Powers got that. Vaughn ran into Hickey. Powers got the puck. And the Canadians came awfully close that time. They're playing every man up. Ready for the face-off in the lead zone. Bond shot it, but not out. Talbot kept it into Russo. Russo shot it to the far wing. Brewer knocked LaRose down. Then Russo moves in. Hofford bumps into LaRose again, and they bump twice. And the linesman gets in there.
Bill, at number 23, Claude DeRose from Hearst, Ontario, is 22 years old, 6 feet, 170 pounds, and he's regarded as a real tussler and hustler. In fact, the HAB organization regarding him as the best right winger outside the NHL, but he's here now and his presence being felt.
And from the face-off, Hickey falls, scooped it behind the Leaf goal. Bond hit the referee on the skate. Ron Stewart shot it down the ice. Jeffrion back, number 5. We're at the 8:15 mark of the second period, no score. And down the ice comes LaRose. Over the line, he's dumped by Bond. And Cofer gets a hold of it. Play is called. And there's 6 seconds remaining in the penalty to Horton. Keon and Armstrong with Bond and Stanley. Armstrong goes to Horton. Give him a few bench instructions. No score in the game as J.C. Tremblay takes a long shot. Bauer was out of the net to grab it. Bond shot it off the glass. Horton is back out, number 7. LaPerriere clears it over to J.C. Tremblay. He shot it in. Bauer stops that to Horton. Tim Horton trying to work his way out. A flip pass hit Keon on the skate. At his own blue line. A long pass over here for Armstrong. Armstrong races after it. Shot it around on the boards. Stanley had to shoot it back. He hit the linesman, gets it again. Another shot. McKinney takes a drive. He scores! John McKinney shot it into the net. Toronto Maple Leafs 1. Montreal Canadiens no score as Don McKinney scores.
Leafs goal scored by number 17, McKinney.
We take it out of Detroit for reports from the Olympia.
Gordie Howe has just put Detroit Red Wings ahead 2-1 at 1:40 of the second period on passes from Norm Ullman and Marcel Pronafol. This is Ron Andrews from Detroit Olympia.
On the face-off, Armstrong shooting it into the Montreal zone. Jeffrion. McKinney holding it there. Detroit 2, Chicago 1. 1-0 here for the Maple Leafs as Jeffrion cleared it out. It's deflected to Ferguson. Armstrong took it away from him. Over the line. Armstrong shot it wide. The rebound off the boards is cleared out to Ralph Backstrom. And Stanley broke it up. Jeffrion, number 5. Checked by McKinney. McKinney racing down the ice. Stops. A pass for Keon, and it was too far. Jeffrion. With it, number 5. Here's a shot by Ferguson, and Bauer stopped it. Stanley with it. Shot it off the boards. It hit McKinney. Here the Canadians getting a chance, and Armstrong has it. Up to Keon. Keon and McKinney over the line together. Keon shoots. Stop that. Now then Armstrong ran into Ferguson. Over the line for the Canadians. A pass to Ferguson. He shot it high. Armstrong's on his knees. Here it's a shot wide. Hamlet's taking it down the ice. Going down alone. One man back. Play is called. Armstrong ran into Ferguson, and he's down on the ice. Scoring play for the Leafs was Don McKinney from Alan Stanley and Dave Keon at 8:59. Only scoring play in the game so far. And we're now at the 10:19 mark. Armstrong getting up slowly. He may have had his wind knocked out. He's all right.
Bill, the Chief's a pretty durable player. He did sustain a shoulder injury late in the season, but all told, he played 66 of the Leaf games during the regular schedule, and he was a 70-game man for the Leafs during their Stanley Cup winning years, the previous 2 campaigns.
We're at the 10:19 mark of the second period, 1-0. Toronto Maple Leafs leading, and Detroit are leading Chicago 2-1. From the face-off, it goes into the Leaf bench. Richard with Malone, Provo, Harper, and Talbot, number 17. Here he comes up the ice for Montreal, leading a 4-man rush, and it's offside, called by linesman George Hayes. Havlich facing off with Richard. Havlich failed to get around Harper. Provo comes back with Richard over the line. There's the shot. Auer got a piece of that with his glove.
Bill, speaking of fellas who have a considerable amount of fiber and courage, the pocket rocket's got to be one of the fellas. Jean Beliveau still out of action for the Habs, and the Henri Richard certainly an inspiration. The fellow a bad elbow, frozen prior to a game. He's got a groin injury and also a head hurt, but he's out there and certainly a driving force for this Montreal Canadian team.
And there he is, number 16, Henri Richard, ready for the face-off with Bob Baugh, number 21. And Richard got the draw. Provo a shot. Bowers got it on his chest. And it was Henri Richard who got that face-off. And Provo drove it right at Bauer. Bond does face off again. This time Bond gets the draw, and Mahamledge picks it off. He lost it to Malone. Then Bond moves in. Richard tipped it away. Back to Talbot. His shot deflects to Richard. Richard centering it out in front, and Mahamledge takes a hold of it. Now shoots it out for Bathgate. Malone handed it right to Kelly. Kelly down over the blue line. Closing in with Bathgate. There's Kelly's shot, and it deflects wide. Bathgate trying to center it. And it's Richard down the ice. Long pass for Provo to Ballone. They're over the line together. His pass hit Brewer. Then Bathgate picks it off. Shooting it out to center ice. Talbot shot it back over the line, and Brewer's back, number 2. Off the boards. Stop as it hit the referee. Bowers lost his stick. There's the shot. Bowers stopped that. Richard trying to center it. He did. Provo took a whack at it. Another shot. Here it comes right down the ice as Richard cleared it. And there's going to be a penalty here. Penalty for the Leafs. Vaughn, number 21, coming to the penalty box. Likely tripping. He knocked a Montreal player right over his skate.
Leafs penalty, number 21, Vaughn. 2 minutes for tripping.
Yes, a tripping
Time,
penalty.
11:53.
We're at the 11:53 mark of the second period.
Bill, I guess the chief is fully recovered. He was out there having quite a gab session with referee Advari on the penalty.
He certainly can't be out of breath now. Now set to go. Knocked into the Leaf zone. Horton backhands it. That hit the linesman. It goes back to Geoffrion. Geoffrion coming down the ice for Montreal. Pass for Ferguson. Number 22. Stewart covers him. Horton trying to get it out. He clears it along the boards. LaPerriere keeps it in to Ferguson. Horton bumps into him. Flicks it right to Backstrom. Backstrom in possession. Back pass to Ferguson, number 22. He shot it right in front. Geoffrion knocking it down with a high stick. And it'll go all the way down the ice. Seven minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. 1-0 for the Maple Leafs. Coburn, Stewart, Stanley, and Horton. Ferguson, Backstrom, Russo, Geoffrion, and LaPerriere. Geoffrion, number 5, hit Pulford with the first try. Backstrom kicked it out. Stanley shoots it back. LaPerriere grabbing it, knocking it down. Jacques LaPerriere, a pass to Ralph Backstrom, number 6. Here he comes down the left wing, over the blue line. Stanley knocked him down. Russo moves in quickly for the rebound. Horton shot it down the ice. Geoffrion to Backstrom again, and Stanley clears it back to Horton. Horton shoots it down the ice. And that whistles around on the boards to Geoffrion. Narrowly missing the referee. Hofford and steals the puck. Takes his shot, and Hodge stopped it on the short side. LaPerriere, checked by Stewart. Stewart back to Horton. Horton just shoots it right back into the Canadian zone again. And Geoffrion feeds the pass to Richard. Up to Russo. Over the blue line. A pass. Richard gets his shot. Keon trying to get it out. LaPerriere's bump. There's Bond back on the ice. Russo's shot hit a leg. It goes to Stanley. Up to Bond. He's got a breakaway. He's racing down the ice in alone. Going right in on goal. He scores! It's Smith right through Charlie Hodge into the net. Bond didn't touch it. And the Leafs lead 2-0.
Billy, that's only Bond's second goal in playoff career of Bobby Bond. In the playoff career, only his second goal, and it's mighty important.
By number 21, Vaughn. Assist, 26, Stanley. Time, 14:07.
14:07 as Armstrong took a shot. Hodge stopped at the side of the net. Talbot clears the pass out on the wing to Provo, up to Ballone, over here for Richard, too far. Bob Bond, back, trying to bring it out. Richard bumped into Bond and went down. It's against the boards. And we take you now to Detroit for a report from the Olympia.
Parker McDonald has put Detroit ahead 3-1, and the goal at 7 minutes of the second period from Floyd Smith and Gordie Howe. This is Ron Andrews from Detroit Olympia.
Toronto Maple Leafs 2. The All Canadians no score. Made by Talbot into the Leaf zone. Carl Brewer to Bob Bond. Here he comes. A pass to Mahavlich. Straight over to Bathgate. Bathgate to Kelly. They're going in together. Kelly shoots, and he shot it high. Bathgate clearing it for Kelly. Kelly in the Canadian zone was checked by Richard. Henri Richard now gets over the Leaf line. Bond stopped him. Richard gets it loose. Bathgate was checked. Here's Talbot, a shot. Bond knocks it down. He's lost his glove. It's still in there. It goes to the board. Bond bumped into Richard. Talbot gives it to Ballone. Here's the shot right in front, and Brewer flicks it down the ice. And it's going over the red line. Icing, and this game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Got a thirst for a lager? Get Molson Canadian, the clearest, brightest lager beer that's brewed today.
Well, 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the second period. Leafs leading 2-0. On the face-off, Ferguson's shot goes high and wide, and Stanley goes to the corner. Trying to get it out. Flicks it around to Pappen. Pappen, a pass for Stewart. He shot it into the Montreal zone. Hodge nipping it behind the net. Pappen centered it back to the blue line. Stanley moves up with a shot. Pappen tried to dig it out. Stanley goes after it. He shot it along the board. Geoffrion bumped into him. Now Geoffrion starts out. Coming up the center. Over the line, Ferguson was way offside. Detroit leading Chicago 3-1. 3 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the second period. Coming out now is Red Berenson for the first time, number 24. Ferguson on the left wing, Geoffrion on the right. J.C. Tremblay and Jacques Laperriere. It went over J.C. Tremblay's head. He's going back for it, number 3. A clearing pass, stopped by Bond, and Stewart missed it, as Ferguson partially took it away from him. Now it's Geoffrion and Berenson trying to combine. Now Geoffrion's pass for Ferguson, back for Geoffrion to Berenson, and he shot wide. Stewart shot it around on the boards, but not out. Kept in by J.C. Tremblay. There's his shot. It's right in front of the goal. Stewart up to Pulford. Pulford and Pappen. Jim Pappen off the boards, and J.C. Tremblay took a bump. Stewart tried to keep it in. J.C. Tremblay's got it again. Down the ice he comes. Pass to LaRose. Offside. This game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
The Big Ale. In the Big Land is Molson Export Ale, Canada's largest selling ale.
On the face-off, Piper shoots it into the Leaf zone, and Bond, number 21, shoots it out. Armstrong bumped. Gets it again. A foot pass for McKinney. With Keon, and Talbot breaks it up, number 17. Here come the Canadians, 4 of them. Over the line, Talbot, a pass for Hickey. Going right in on goal. A slide by Bauer, and McKinney picks it up. Giving it to Keon. Keon down the ice. Harper covers him, and Russo's there. Abby Russo gaining speed. Gets away from Bond. He's racing to center, and Keon checked him. Now then, Harper. Closing in with Hickey, and Bond broke it up to McKinney. Up to Keon. Going in, there's the shot, and wide. Armstrong let it go to McKinney, and he couldn't hook it loose. Abby Russo. To Bill Hickey, number 8. Back to Russo. Over his own blue line. A pass for Hickey and LaRose, and Brewer broke it up. Hickey with Russo over the line. A pass. Hickey still has it, though. Now he falls. Russo shot it to an open wing. Terry Harper takes his shot. Brewer knocked it down. Carl Brewer, number 2. To Tim Horton. He handed it right to Russo. And he was checked, and Mahavlich has got a break. Over the line. Back to Bathgate. Took his shot, and that hit a leg. Back for the Canadians. Down the ice comes Balone. Trying to cut around Stanley. Took his shot. Bauer stopped that. It's right in front of the net. It's all around the goal, and Bauer's got a hold of it. With less than a minute to go in the second period. 2-0 for the Maple Leafs. .58 seconds remaining in the second period. Ready to go for the face-off. Goes to Bab Pulford, number 20, behind the Leaf goal. 50 seconds remaining. Pulford's pass to Stewart, and he was spun around as he tried to trap him. Now it's Balone closing in with Richard, and he passed it in front, and Horton broke it up. His pass for Pulford just failed to click. J.C. Tremblay passing it to Balone. Stewart breaks it up. Stewart stops, hit a leg, and Provo gets it. Pass to Richard over the line. Trying to cut in. Horton, a foot pass for Kelly. J.C. Tremblay keeps it in there. Stanley goes to the boards. And Balone ran into Richard, his own teammate. And Stanley stepped to one side. .15 seconds remaining in the second period. On the face-off, Keon couldn't get it out. McKinney couldn't either. It goes to Balone, back to J.C. Tremblay. There's a shot wide. Armstrong, a pass up to Keon with 4 seconds. Hodge came out and grabs it, and there goes the bell, and the second period is over. McKinney from Stanley and Keon, 8:59. Bond from Stanley at 14:07 on a breakaway. And the score at the end of the second period, Toronto Maple Leafs 2.
Andre Pronovost and Norm Ullman have fired the 4th and 5th goals for Detroit. Pronovost at 13:06. Makita for Chicago at 15:45, and Ullman at 16:28. This is Ron Andrews at Detroit Olympia.
Getting set to start the third period, with the Leafs leading 2-0, and Montreal outshot Toronto in the second period, 9-7. Again, McKinney and Armstrong, Richard, Provo, and Balone as McKinney flicks it in, Hodge steering it off to the side. Perrier passing it behind the net to J.C. Tremblay. Shot it around to Provo. Provo bringing it out. Stopped by Brewer. Brewer knocked down by Provo. J.C. Tremblay brings it down over the blue line. Trying to get set for a shot. Bond broke it up. J.C. Tremblay's pass on the Brewer's stick. He kicked it out. Now then, McKinney steals the puck, going in with Armstrong, and he couldn't make the play. Provo. A pass to J.C. Tremblay, over to Richard. Bumped by Bond. Brewer flicks it. J.C. Tremblay kept it in. Brewer to Bond, and he just shot it out. Knocked LaPerriere, a pass to J.C. Tremblay. He shoots it in. And the Canadians go on the move right off the bat, trailing 2-0. Bathgate flicks it out to center. LaPerriere, a pass intercepted by Mahavlich. Going in with Bathgate. Tried to pass it, Bathgate shoots it. Mahavlich took a shot. That hit LaPerriere. Bathgate centered it, and Richard's got it. Down the ice for Richard. A drop pass, and it was broken up by Stanley to Bathgate. Over the line. Bathgate took a shot across the goal mouth. Mahavlich passed it right under Richard's stick to LaPerriere. Up the center. Flicked it over the line, and Stanley gets a hold of it. Stanley to Kelly, and it got away from him. Kelly, a tip pass right onto Harper's stick. Then Horton gets a hold of it. Horton for the Leafs, shoots it into the Canadian zone. Talbot, number 17, passing it into LaRose. Stanley moves up. Here's a shot to Mahavlich. Mahavlich trying to get in front, passing it back to Horton. There's his shot, and Hodge backed it right in front. And it's Hodge finally getting a hold of it. And referee Frank Kevere was right there on the doorstep. Two linesmen are Neil Armstrong and George Hayes. It's 2-0 for the Maple Leafs at the 2:09 mark of the third period. Milford with Papin and Stewart, Brewer and Bond, Geoffrion out there with Ferguson and Backstrom, Talbot and Harper. A clearing pass over on the wing for Ferguson. Down the ice he comes, over the blue line. His shot is wide. Bauer shoots it around on the boards for Papin. Up to Pulford. Pulford going down with Stewart. One man back. Here's Pulford. He shoots. Oh, and Charlie Hodge grabbed that one with his left hand. Back for the Canadians. Bobby Russo coming up the center. Over the line. Knifed his way through. Here's right to Geoffrion, and Bond fell in front of it. Ferguson fell over Bond, and Bauer is out of the net, gets a hold of it, and Stewart is lying on top of Ferguson. End of the second period at Detroit. Detroit 5, Chicago 2. Leafs leading 2-0. We approach the 3-minute mark of the third period in 6 seconds. Ready to go. Got Pulford, a pass to Stewart. Shot it in. It goes to the far boards. Harper after it. He beat Papin to it, and it's icing. Faceoff is back in the Maple Leaf zone to the right of Johnny Bauer. Geoffrion comes back. A pass for Russo, and Papin leaves it there. Pulford offside. It was a delayed whistle, and as Pulford was going back deeper into his own zone, the linesman called it. We're at the 3:27 mark of the third period. There's no scoring in the first period. There were 3 penalties, 2 to the Leafs and 1 to Montreal. In the second, and Toronto outshot Montreal 11-8. Second period, McKinney from Stanley and Keon at 8:59, and Bond from Stanley at 14:07. And there were 4 penalties, 2 apiece. And Montreal outshot the Leafs in the second period 9-7. Harton slapped it off the boards. Perrier, a pass to Red Berenson, number 24, at the blue line, and LaRose is offside, and Hickey on the left wing also. So it's Berenson, number 24 at center. Number 23 is Claude LaRose, number 8, Bill Hickey. Jacques Laperriere and J.C. Tremblay into the corner. McKinney tried to stop the Montreal player. Then Stanley traps the puck. He gets his shot. Hodge stopped that. It's cleared to Keon. He shot it right in front, and it hit a skate and went to the far wing. Aronson, a pass off Hickey, goes through Stanley's skates, down the ice. Claude LaRose back. Harton beat him to it. Then Keon picks it off, knocked it off the boards. Laperriere shot it, and that hit the glass. Stanley clears it out to center. J.C. Tremblay to Jacques Laperriere. Stopped by McKinney. McKinney up for Armstrong, and J.C. Tremblay was there. Hickey, a pass over to Laperriere. Back to Hickey. Comes straight down the ice over the blue line. Trying to go through. He's bumped. It goes bouncing to McKinney. Couldn't get it out. Hickey keeps it in. Horton gets a hold of it. Shot it off the boards and by Keon down the ice, and it's going over the red line. It'll be called back icing. This game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Short runs are tough on your car. Be right with the times. Lubricate monthly at your Imperial Esso dealer.
"15 minutes and 17 seconds remain to play in the third period. Bathgate brings it out with a pass to Kelly. Down the ice, over the line, it's offside. Bathgate on the right wing.
Bill, seeing Red Kelly out there, he gets a niche in the record books. Game number 134, new record for playoff contests.
And the puck is at center ice. Bond into Provo, Richard, and Brewer. Brewer kicked it to Mahavlich. Mahavlich down the ice. Up over the Canadian line. Tried to stop. Provo took him out of the play. And Harper comes up with it. A long pass over to Richard. He skated off. Bond flicks it off the boards, but Talbot carries right on up for the Canadians. He shot it over the line for Richard. Took a whack at it. Bauer stopped that, and Talbot just failed to get the rebound. Comes back to Harper, stopped by Brewer. Long pass to Bathgate. Bathgate for Kelly. Up over the Canadian line. There's the shot, and Hodge caught it. He's checked by Bathgate. Bathgate with it. Sent it right to Kelly, and he shot wide. Bathgate with it again. Sent it right in front. Harper goes to the board. He's given a bump by Bathgate, and down the ice comes Provo. Straight up at center, over the blue line. A drop pass for Richard, knocked down by Bond. Bond races down the ice with Kelly and Bathgate. A pass deflects right on the net. It's right in front of Clifford. And Bathgate scores! Andy Bathgate shot it into the empty net. And the Leafs lead 3-0. On the face-off, Pulford with it. Takes a backhand wide. Bounces off the mesh. J.C. Tremblay to Bobby Russo. Here he comes right down the right wing. Up the center, the long shot. Bauer let it go. Stewart failed to get the rebound. Ferguson with it. Shot it into the corner to Geoffrion behind the net. Geoffrion trying to get it out in front, and
Leafs
Harton
goal
picks it off.
scored by number 9, Bathgate.
Harton to
Assist,
Stewart.
number 4, Kelly, and number
A pass for
20,
Pulford.
Pulford. Time, 6:10.
6:10 was the time. Puck goes out at center. Pulford back. Flicks it off the boards. It hit the Perrier. And there's 12 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the third period. 3-0 for the Maple Leafs. Down the ice for Ferguson. Shot it in. Bond ran into Ferguson, and down went Ferguson and Bond. Papin failed to get it out. Brewer shot it off the boards to Papin. Now then Russo coming back for Montreal over the line. A pass for Ferguson. It's stopped by Bond. He flicked it, but not out. J.C. Tremblay is shot right in front of the net, and it's all around the goal, and Bob Bond comes up with it to Jim Papin. Papin racing down the left wing, and J.C. Tremblay got in ahead of him. Tremblay coming down the ice now for Montreal. He falls. Goes into the Leaf zone, and Bauer calls for Keon, and Armstrong picks it off. Ahead to McKinney, too far. McKinney picks it up, and Harper then stepped in ahead of him. LaRose gets away from Keon to Russo, and that deflects back at center. Talbot shot it in, and Bond brings it right back to and takes a long shot. That bounced from Hodge. Just got a piece of it at the last second. That one went really high. Hodge had to get his glove on it. Harper handled it right to Armstrong. He's going over the line with McKinney. Armstrong chased off by Talbot, and Hickey gets a hold of it. Down the ice for Hickey. A pass for LaRose. There's the shot. Bauer stopped that and holds onto it.
Billy, it seems that with the game circumstances it is, that Toe Blake is breaking up his combinations. He's double shifted Russo, and he put Berenson out there with Hickey and LaRose. So there's not panic, but Toe is just starting to juggle things in an effort to get a score.
And Fred, they're really opening up. We're ready for the face-off in the Leaf zone to the left. Kelly back to Mahavlich. Mahavlich getting away from Hickey. Berenson watches him. He gets at the Bathgate, and he was checked. Hickey a pass to Talbot to LaRose, and Mahavlich was there to clear it, but not out. And Mahavlich stole the puck from Hickey. Races down the ice. Over the line with Kelly. A pass for Bathgate. Bathgate then jammed by Berenson. It's along the boards. Mahavlich for Bathgate. He's bumped, gets it again. Harper covers him. Shot around to Hickey. And it's cleared by the Canadians down the ice, and Stanley's going back for it. Not going to go over the red line. Stanley has it. Pass up to Bathgate. He just flicks it down the right wing, and Talbot intercepts. His pass goes to Stanley. Stanley shot it for Pulford. And Kelly gets a hold of it. Now it's Canadians clearing it to the line. Hickey ran into Stanley. Talbot takes a long shot. Bauer stopped it. Kelly shot it off the boards. Harper took a whack. It's still in the Leaf zone. Stanley ran into LaRose. Bathgate clears it to Kelly. Kelly going down the ice with Pulford. Pulford is dumped. There's going to be a penalty here. Stewart took a shot. Harper touches it. Play is called, and there will be a penalty to Montreal. Red Berenson. It's the gate. Leafs had the odd man, playing 6 men to 5, and they lead in the hockey game 3-0.
Canadians penalty, number 24, Berenson. 2 minutes for tripping. Time 10:03.
10:03 is the official time, with the 10:03 mark of the third period. Heeman is out there now. Play is called. Didn't drop the puck fairly in the circle. Heeman, Stewart, Pulford, Vaughn, and Brewer. It's cleared down the ice by the Canadians. Bauer stopping it. Vaughn back, number 21, a flip pass to Eamon. Eamon is hit hard by number 18, Ryan Watson. Down the ice for Eamon. He shot it through for Stewart, but it was offside at the blue line. Hooford. And Watson went down. It's shot back into the Montreal zone. Talbot gets in there quickly. Shoots it off the boards. Bond is jammed there by Watson. He keeps it in, though. Gets up on his feet. Now he's shoving at Watson. Roberts in there, too.
Bill, that Bobby Bond, certainly one of the journeyman players for the Leafs. He's having a tremendous night tonight, being the policeman out there and also contributing his second playoff goal in 7 years. So it's a big night for Bobby Bond as he tangled there with an up-and-comer, young Mr. Watson from the Canadiens, who's out for the first time.
Keon, McKinney, Armstrong, Bathgate, and Kelly. Now out there for the Leafs with 1 minute and 29 seconds remaining in the penalty to Berenson. Kelly shoots it into the Montreal zone. Armstrong missed a check. Keon digs the puck out, hands it right to Roberts, who gets by Bathgate, but Kelly's there and wrapped it off the board. Talbot and Armstrong. And they hold it. Ready to go for the face-off. Now then, Keon and Watson bump together. Bathgate takes a long shot that's high. Kenny goes after it. Harper against the boards, and the elbow comes up, and then Keon wants to mix it up. Wouldn't take much to start something the way they're going. Armstrong talking to Keon. It's McKinney back to Bathgate. Bathgate took his shot. Armstrong missed the rebound. Roberts trying to get it out, and he does down the ice. Kelly going back for it. Kelly a pass to McKinney. Back to Kelly, up to Keon, over the line. Keon took his shot, that was wide. Goes down the ice, Bathgate after it. Bathgate in possession. The Canadians have another penalty. McKinney digs it out. Armstrong after it. Coming down the ice, Bauer comes out. Armstrong shot it in. McKinney let his shot go, and it's going to be a penalty here. And Balone and McKinney. Now Shack's out on the ice. Talbot is the one that goes to the penalty box. So Canadians will be 2 men short. Talbot.
Canadians penalty, number 17, Talbot. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time, 11:53.
11:53 is the time of the cross-checking penalty. It's Eamon with Mahavlich and Shack. Stanley and Horton. All set to go. Mahavlich gets the draw back to Stanley. Stanley didn't have it in. It was out and in again, and Eamon I understand from Detroit that Dennis DeJordy has gone into goal for Glenn Hall, but there's been no injury to Glenn Hall. Detroit are leading 5-2 over Chicago. Tim Horton with it. He leads a four-man rush. A pass to Mahavlich with Shack. It's along the boards. J.C. Tremblay gets away from Shack. At his own blue line at center. Talbot is in the penalty box. Over the line. Malone took his shot way wide. Eamon. Long pass to Mahavlich. With Shack over the line, and it's offside.
Bill, as Jacques Plante mentioned in the intermission, it's this inability of the power play team to score goals. In this case, the Leafs, they've scored 4 on power plays, but they're all collected in one game. That was the 5-3 win. Other than that, they haven't been able to take advantage.
3-0 the score. 7 minutes and 27 seconds remaining to play in the third period. Mahavlich takes his shot. Hodge stopped that. Eamon went after the rebound. Mahavlich failed to get a hold of it, but Horton keeps it in to Shack. He shot it around on the boards. Mahavlich fanned on it. Perrier shot it down the ice. Stanley. Pass to Shack. Shack up for Eamon, too far. It's going over the red line. Perrier touched it. Then Roberts bumped into Shack, and then Shack put a punch at Malone. And there'll be penalties there. Shack and Roberts. There's 45 seconds left in Talbot's penalty, number 17, so the Leafs have a man advantage, 5 men to 4.
Canadians penalty, number 26, Roberts, 2 minutes for charging. Leafs penalty, number 23, Shack, 2 minutes for elbowing. Time 13:08.
This game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Now, Canada's most modern and complete line of motor oils. Canada's only motor oil selector. Now at your Imperial Esso dealer.
On the face-off, Bob Bond hit by LaPerriere as the puck goes into the Canadian zone. Keon trying to steal it, but Malone shoots it down the ice, number 20. Carl Brewer going back. Dave Keon to Carl Brewer. Coming up the center. Over the line. Back to Keon. Keon to McKinney. Back to Bond. There's the shot, and Hodge caught it. McKinney had it go through his skates. J.C. Tremblay. Checked by McKinney. Right in front to Keon. And it was stopped by J.C. Tremblay. And Talbot is back on the ice. Back up for J.C. Tremblay and Talbot. There's the shot, and it goes to the corner, and Bond's after it. He just cleared it off the boards out, and Henri Richard, number 16. Checked by Keon. Gets it again and passes it out over the blue line. Talbot, a pass over here for Richard. He's on one knee. Gets it loose. took his shot. Brewer knocked it down. Brewer, a pass to Bond in the corner. Up to Kelly. Kelly, he gets loose with Mahavlich. One man back. Kelly going right in. A pass for Mahavlich. And it's been stopped there by the Canadian defense. Talbot runs into Kelly. Talbot gets it loose. Shot it behind the net. Provo, a pass stopped by Stanley. Stanley tried to get his shot. He was too tangled up. And Hyper gets a hold of it. Hyper with 5 minutes remaining in the third period to Richard. Gets around Horton. Here he gets his shot. Bauer's got it on the shoulder. On the face-off, Stewart to Pulford. Now then, Shack is on the ice, so is Roberts. Team's at full strength. Stewart, a pass, deflects over to Pulford. He's checked by J.C. Tremblay. Up the ice for Ferguson. Over the blue line, there's the shot. Bauer stopped that. Stanley pokes it to Shack. Shack given a bump by Geoffrion. Shack tries to get it loose. Stanley to Pulford. A pass from LePerriere to Geoffrion. A pass for Russo, and it goes to the corner. Pulford runs into Russo. Shack took a body check from Ferguson. Now then Shack gets on top of Ferguson. Ferguson of Montreal and Shack of the Leafs. We take you now to Detroit for a report from the Olympia.
Norm Ullman has scored his third goal of the game to put Detroit ahead 6-2 at the 3:53 mark of the third period. Ullman scored while the Red Wings were killing a penalty. Ullman also has 2 assists, so he's had 5 points so far in this game. This is Ron Andrews at Detroit Olympia.
Shack goes to penalty box, and now here comes Ferguson, number 22. 3-0 the score. Favor the Maple Leafs. Detroit leading Chicago 6-2.
Canadians penalty, number 22, Ferguson, 2 minutes for charging. Leafs penalty, number 23, Shack, 2 minutes for roughing. Time, 15:45.
15:45 is the time of the penalties. Teams are even now, 5 aside. And it comes back to Talbot, off the boards to Provo. Provo waits, passed it right on the Stewart stick. Stewart, Pulford, and Brewer race down the ice. Stewart and Pulford going in together. Stewart shoots, and Hodge stopped that one. He left it there. Dave Balone with it, number 20, coming down the ice, up the center, pass to Provo over the line. Balone to Talbot. The shot knocked down by Bond, who flicked it to the blue line and out. Talbot turns, passing it to Richard. Brewer knocks it down the ice. It rolls, and it goes over the red line, and it's icing. This game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Atlas batteries, the replacement quality batteries, built to supply the extra power older cars need. Ask about Atlas batteries at your Imperial Esso dealer this week.
Face-off is in the Leaf zone to the left. Keon Armstrong, Horton, and Stanley. Richard with Provo and Russo. And Talbot, number 17. It comes back to Talbot. His shot was wide, and Armstrong picks up the loose puck. A pass for Keon. He tipped it down the ice. It's going over the red line. Play is called. And there'll be a face-off back in the lead zone for Racing. Three minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third period. The Leafs lead 3-0.
Bill, it seems though Talbot really wanted to see whether Keon's stick was made of wood.
Detroit leading Chicago 6-2. On the face-off, it comes back to Talbot again. It bounced over Armstrong's stick. Provo went after it. Tries to get it loose. Horton back. A pass for Stanley. Stanley just gets rid of it to center ice. Talbot, bumped by Keon. A clearing pass to Richard. He's over the line. Still has it. Took his shot. Knocked down by Stanley to Horton. A pass for Keon. Richard and Keon go to the boards. It goes loose to Horton. Horton over the line, and he waited too long. Armstrong went in ahead of him. About 23 seconds left, at least 28 seconds left in the penalties to Ferguson and Shack. 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the third period.
Bill, I mentioned earlier the heavy load carried by Henri Richard in this game, and Toe Blake, it appears wisely, saved Bellevaux as his trump card psychologically and as a fit man for the 7th game in Montreal. Quite an important decision by Toe Blake in sitting out the big fellow tonight. He could have played had it been a reverse situation with Toronto leading in the series 3-2.
And it's below now with Roberts, LaPerriere, and J.C. Tremblay. Roberts skating back to his own blue line. Pass over here to J.C. Tremblay. Back to LaPerriere. To Ballone, to Roberts. And he get around McKinney. A pass to Ballone over the line. Ballone takes his shot. Bauer caught that. And he drops it for Brewer. Now then we have the two players coming out of the penalty box, Jack and Ferguson. Brewer hit McKinney. And it's offside. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third period. On the face-off, cleared back into the Montreal zone. Over to Jacques LaPerriere. A pass up to Ballone, hit him on the skate. Havlich bumped by LaRose. J.C. Tremblay's pass went to center ice, and Mahavlich has it. He lost it to LaRose. Over the line for Ferguson, and they're offside. On the face-off, shot in behind the Leaf goal. Brewer just waiting. Flip pass out to Eamon, up to Mahavlich at center. Over the line, back to Eamon. There's the shot. I've stopped that. There's another drive. Here's Eamon passing it right in front of the net. Mahavlich goes after it. Malone goes down. Going to be a penalty to Mahavlich for hooking. Ran into Ferguson. Canadians have possession. Ballone up the ice. Over the blue line. Back to J.C. Tremblay. Eamon touches it, and play is called. Mahavlich gets the gate for hooking. He hooked Ballone over near the Montreal goal. And the Leaf player gets a penalty for hooking.
Leafs penalty, number 27, Mahavlich. 2 minutes for hooking. Time 18:53.
We're at the 18:53 mark. And now it's Shack, Stanley, Hillman, and Horton. Russo, Hickey, Ferguson, LaPerriere, and Geoffrion. So there's 3 defensemen in Shack. And it comes back to Geoffrion. That shot hit a leg. Hickey trying to get it out in front. He did. Hillman goes after it along the boards and shoots it down the ice.
In regulation time.
Less than a minute to go in the third period. Geoffrion coming down the ice for Montreal. To center ice. Over the line to Ferguson. Ferguson is given a bump. Horton back for it. Horton shoots it down the ice. LaPerriere goes back. LaPerriere comes down the ice for Montreal. Coming up the center. He flicks a long one wide. Hillman after it. He lifts it, and that's going into the crowd. .23 seconds remaining. Face-off is in the Maple Leaf zone to the right. All set to go for the face-off. Russo facing off with Horton. The puck goes loose. Geoffrion picks it up. Geoffrion trying to center it. It's knocked out by Stanley, and Stanley races after it. Gives it ahead to Shack. Over the line. There's the shot, and he fired it wide. 10 seconds. A long pass to Geoffrion. Up over the line. He waits. Pass it back to Hickey. It goes to the far wing. Shack bumps into Hickey, and there goes the bell. The game is over. And the Maple Leafs have shut out the Montreal Canadiens 3-0, scoring 2 goals in the second period and 1 in the third. Final score of tonight's game, Toronto Maple Leafs 3, Montreal Canadiens 0.